well, hopefully very good. Bishop's Bowl, like I said today, it's an anything counts match, but I'm only fishing for silvers because I've got a silvers qualifier in October and there was nothing else on really, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to have a little recce. It's changed a bit since I was there last time. Apparently there's a lot more skimmers in here. We'll see. So I'm sort of feeling my way as we go. Only set up 2 rigs at the moment. I've got some expanders. You can use your own pellets here, so I might feed a few of those. And got some micros, dead maggot, and live maggots. Plan is, I'm going to put a couple of balls in of our skimmer dark, slightly to my right, 11 metres, well 12 metres actually. I can then fish the 13 and 14. I'm not going any longer because it's quite narrow here. There's a lot of carp mooching about though, that's the only thing. So I've got a feeling I'm going to get a bit carped. But if that's the case, I'll end up having to get heavier elastic on and perhaps fish for them, but I don't really want to do that. I'm not going mad to start with. Put in 4 balls, 2 little ones. And I'm going to probably do a loosish one over, or I probably won't do a loose one over the top because it's so deep. So I've done a couple of soft ones that hopefully will break up halfway down rather than scatter in a little area. So I think if I put it in loose, it's going to scatter everywhere because it is deep. We'll see what happens. It's taking the top off, so it's boiling. Now the clouds coming out. Been fortunate so far. It's not looking too bad. We're going to get wet at some point, but I'm hoping it ain't that bad. For some reason my camera's saying everything's upside down, but I've had a look and it isn't, so I can write it if I need to, but it's a bit weird. Yeah. Been a bit ropey today, to be honest. I might have to go to the doctor's. Stomach's been a bit weird last couple of days. Anyway, back to the fishing. Got a 0.5 rig, 0.3 rig. I've got 2 markers. One's more or less straight in front in line with the tree. Second line is at an angle, which is in line with a wiggly thing. So I'm just going to feel my way and see what happens. It's been a while since I've done this. Balls of ground bait. Probably make a pig's ear of it. No idea who's fishing for what. But I'm going to fish this line here. 12 sorry. On me wiggly giggly. The wind moved it. It's typical, isn't it? There we go. So it's going to be 1. They're all fishing for carp. I'm not going to win the match because, as I say, anything goes, as it were. So I think the carp are going to have a go today, to be honest. Looking at been a few mooching around. I just want to see what I can catch on the silvers front. Only a 15 quid pool, mate. It's not like you're fishing for money or anything. It's just a bit of a day out before working the weekend. A bit of a practice. and we'll see what happens. So we're going to give that, so we're going to, one little one, I'm going to leave that to settle for a while. I'm going to plan is to loose feed maggot over that if we can get away with it. I want to do that for a while. And now, this other line, not too sure, but I think I'm going to put little border micros in and some pumped expanders. See what happens. Probably catch a carp. The fact that there's skimmers in here, apparently. So we're going right now. I'm in that tree opposite, so I've got two separate lines. That's it. I shall loose feed some nuggets out in the hand. Short. Apparently you get the odd eyed, and the eyed are nowhere to be seen these days. Apparently. So it's me point 5 rig. We don't want that. We want our 0.3 rig. There it is. And I'm going to loose feed some maggots just down here. You never know, might nick an eye or two. $16 on as I'm fishing expanders on this line. I'm hoping, just praying, that we don't go out and look at blinking carp. That will straighten out. Going over the ground bait line because I feel that's going to take a bit of time to build. Have a quick look just to see if we can get a bite over the ground bait, and hopefully it's not a carp. See what happens. Up the reds. Nice big fat reds from Lanes. I think one might be enough, but we'll start on two. You can't beat a Lanes bait. Maggot. This is a bit more positive as well, it's heavier. Get down a lot quicker. Don't want it to be a carp, but I think it's going to be. Yeah, it's a carp. Not what we wanted. We do a few at lengths today, I think. Not what we wanted. I can see we ended up having to fish for carp today, you know. A bit of a nuisance, but there we go. Not what we wanted. I'm getting the roach a chuck now, shallow. Also can catch perch. Throwing maggots. Just down here. They're not very big, but every now and again when I fit the maggots here, you see a slightly bigger one. I've had one little net down there. But enjoying myself, just flicking a rig out and catching some roach. Some of them are not decent stamp. Wind's typically, now I turn the camera on, wind suddenly got up a little bit, but I've forgotten how enjoyable it is catching roach. I feel like I need to probably go shallower. I didn't, if I'm honest, set up to catch shallow, which is a bit silly of me, I think. So now I'll turn the camera on, I've not had one. Feeding just went a little bit too laggy then. I think I'll be able to catch him a bit shorter. I was getting swirls, I was thinking, what's going on here? And they're roach, so I should probably net that one. Nice. They're all top lip, so it's like, I think depth wise I'll stay as I am. I seem to be sorting out a slightly better fish, just fishing a little bit deeper. So I'm just going to keep plodding away doing this for a little while before I look for skimmers. I'll probably put another ball in. I've switched this line in front of me to ground bait because I just feel like there's a bit more open water here, and feel like the roach are quite happy being there. Sort my feeding out quick. And just to show you that if I do this, typical, missed that bite then. Just to show you. I'll go back on my roach. Oh. Oh dear, I thought it was a bloody carp. Can you believe that? Can you believe it? Oh, it's a bloody perch. So there you go. That's the sort of biggest one I've had, to be honest. But just goes to show, doesn't it? I'm going to do my gouger. Must be disgorger. Oh, it's on the floor. Better have another go at that, haven't we? In case we can get another one like that. But it's just quite amusing, really. I did see a couple of better fish swim out. I thought, oh god, look at the carp. Just dropping a few maggots down in, not a lot. So that's the sort of size I was getting. Anyway, we'll come off that now. We'll go back out for the roach, but I just wanted to show you, really. I mean, if I fed this side, I might have looked there. They could even be bigger. It's well worth coming today, because you just never know, do you? You never know. So yeah, this is what I'm doing. Thoroughly enjoying it. Don't really get any better than doing this, to be honest, you know. I've got to try and catch some skimmers, but I'll do this for an hour and then I'll have a look for a skimmer. What's the time now? So we'll have a look for a skimmer at 12. I mean, you like to think you'd probably catch one in amongst the roach, but every now and again it goes quiet, and I do think that's carp losing the peg. You get a little spell when you get like a butt chuck and then nothing. Definitely that's the carp, I think. That was a bit wild, that one. So I would say already, for me, the way it is today, on the ground mate line, and a pinging line at the moment. Couple of strung out rigs, probably a half depth. Should have changed that maggot. I was being lazy, trying to be clever. You do forget, you know, roach. A little bit wised up roach. That was on for about half an hour. Probably going to want 2 or 3. Excuse me, 2 or 3 different depth sort of strung shallow rigs, maybe a proper strung with a bolt, so they hook their cells. Might try that in a minute. As I'm practicing. Could probably catch them even quicker. I'm going to shallow this down a little bit because that was a little bit down its throat. Yeah, I mean straight away there's one on. So I need another rig with a shorter line really. That's bloody AWOL that was. You can see there's carp underneath. I will probably catch one in a minute. Not that I want it. Probably don't need to fish out as far as I am, but it's a rudd. And what happens if I put 2 maggots on? I don't want to entice a carp, but I'm going to try it just to see what happens. Might make it worse, you know. Anyway, this is what I'm doing at the moment. I will switch it off again. I just thought I'd do a little update. Just basically putting it out there and just slapping it really, alternating depths where need be. That's double maggots, it's probably no bigger, so we won't waste maggots. It's interesting, isn't it? Put no pressure on yourself today, so I'm just practicing. So I knew I'm not going to win the match, I'm just enjoying it, and it's so much better. That makes sense. Not stressing about what everybody else is doing. Lay that in the other way now, see what happens. carp next door. Wonder if casters would have been better. Definitely have casters with me on the day. And that wind's got up. Interesting to see what happens. Here's some of these are nice roach. Well, I'm going to switch the camera off for a little while because I just want to save the battery. I don't want to be buggering about all day. And I'll come back a bit later if see what happens. Alright, bye for now. Run out of power that. Cool. Well, that's the end of vaping. Well, this is obviously not going to go under, so the only reason I'm leaving the camera in the camera on is I cannot be asked to go off my backside and turn it off. So sorry. Feel like I may as well just do this till the end now. Definitely seem to catch a couple and then oh, I felt something. Could be a rudd. It's a hybrid. Just tells me that I don't think those fish want to be on the bottom anyway, so we'll just keep doing this now, I think, till the end. Keep blasting it. Putting as many fish in there as I can. Hey, right, there's about 5 or 6 carp, so need an awful lot of silvers. Got a feeling this is going to be a little perch. I think the mash is dead and buried, you know. Oh, it's a roach. Ickle roach, but it's a roach. Typical carp match, they're all catching carp now, but I'm not. Like I said, I didn't come here to do that, so we just carry on plodding away. Haven't got a big weight of silver, like £10, maybe less, you know. 3 carp, you know. Definitely not winning anything today, but we knew that before we started. I'll just fish this out now, you know. Put in 4 balls, 5 big balls. 4 or 5? 5. Literally 10 minutes ago. Ooh. Could be a crucian. I'd like it to be a skimmer. It's a crucian. You can tell by the way it's fighting. Little gold bar, look at that, eh? And he swallowed it, look at that. No, I didn't feed enough ground bait. The rule is you can't drop crucians in your net. They have to be netted, put in with the net. Basically anything you net, really, except for roach. I'm going to try a single maggot this time. Nice, we could catch a few, have a little run of them just before we go. I put them in my silvers net, I'm assuming they count the silvers. I think they do. Now I could keep feeding me maggot 9, I suppose I might as well. We should just pay attention and doing what I'm doing, if I'm honest. What that'll do for now. It's gone everywhere anyway. Oh, a nice big crack of thunder. And it does look rather horrible over there to the left. feeding the other lines now, just concentrate on this. Yes, that's what we wanted. Just got to sit out this line now. There's an update out there. Oh, there's another skimmer. Perfect. I think we're going to come back in, go back on a maggot. Not long left. I don't think it's going to make any difference other than the fact that my nook's a bloody carp, which we didn't want to do. Basically. We're going to do my rig. Giving it a bit of welly because I've got nothing to lose really. I wonder if that's a carp or bloody tinch. I want to see it. Carp. Well, we had to give it a bit of welly, didn't we? It's either coming in or going off. And it came off, right. Could have probably got it in, but back when the old mug was. Really don't like the sound of that. It's a little bit. Is it worth packing up now to avoid it? Basically, that doesn't sound good. Right. Now, let's see, two things would have happened now with it. I've got a rainbow in the peg. And then expanders might be better when it's colder. Sort of sitting and wait when a carp aren't feeding. Be great to get another skimmer. Just telling. He's feeding out of line now. Not making a difference now. We're going to catch 5 roach. So. I'm hoping this is a bream. No, that's the foul at carp again. Not tried dead red yet, so let's try them quick. Well, it's only a quickie. In the shed, I filmed match. I was at Bishop's Bowl last Thursday, and it was on Marshes. For some reason, 2 of the clips filed corrupt. I have no idea why. Anyway, it's just a quick one, really. Just to say that I'm going to add this to the video. So basically, the last half an hour, I was lost 45 minutes to go. The lake had basically switched off. I was catching roach shallow on a little strung rig, little tiny 4x10. See if I can find it in a minute. 4x10 rig strung out, catching roach. I had one skimmer, an eyed. So I was catching roach pretty steady. Weren't very big, but probably had 10 pound of roach, I think, doing that. It was hit and miss because the carp kept coming in, spooking them, and ended up catching 3 carp in the end as well. But I wasn't trying to catch carp at all. I was trying to just fish for silvers. Anyway, I'd balled it. I say balled it. I put 3 balls in at the start. I've caught 2 crusions over that. Anyway, with 45 minutes to go, not mixed up some more, but I basically made some more stodgier mix. Some more dead reds in, some micros. Recapped it, 4 balls, and then literally Left it for 10 minutes, went on it, gone out, clunk, skimmer, clunk, skimmer, clunk, skimmer. I basically caught the last 3 fish I caught for the all out. So that pushed me up to, I had £19, 12 of silvers, and then 3 carp weighed £35 or something. But anyway, it won me the section. But I say I wasn't fishing for carp. So I'm just adding this little video to the end of the bit that I filmed, because literally went back out on a couple of dead red maggots was best, to be honest. I don't want to give too much away because we've got the silvers coming up, but qualifier coming up there. But yeah, it was just interesting day. It was flat calm. It was supposed to be hammering down with rain. We got away with it. The sun was out for quite a lot of the day. But it was flat calm, and it was noticeable when there's a bit of a ripple. Caught some better roach. As soon as that went flat calm, struggled to get a bite off anything, to be honest. Had a couple of crusions. The bites were just painful. Just like sort of developing. If you struck on any movement, there was nothing. You had to literally wait for them to just, I don't know what they were doing, almost lipping it. Then they probably decide to have it, and the float would just go, and you get one. They weren't very big. Nice to catch proper crusions though. The start as well, literally started off, I balled it, as I said. Went, was loose feeding maggots on the deck and just catching hardly anything really, getting little signs. Kept pinging maggots. Then I caught a blooming carp. So I saw a couple of swirls, and I just thought, well, it could be eyed, because there used to be a lot of eyed in there. But they seem to have disappeared, interestingly. Probably still in there, but what's happened I don't know. Predators maybe, but a lot of them are gone. Apparently if you catch 7 or 8 now, then that's good. I did catch one, about 12 ounces. But as I kept pinging a few maggots, I started catching roach shallow, so I stayed with that. That was really the first part of the match. But I was there practicing, so I tried a few other things out. I think I need to keep feeding constantly to keep those roach there, but I stopped a little bit to try something else out and practice different baits and that sort of thing. I've tried forming expanders. Only thing I caught on that was a crusion. Maggots seem to be the best bait, if I'm honest. So that was it really. That's why I just sort of update this little video on the end of what I filmed. Unfortunately, I came back from that match and I wasn't feeling too clever, and I woke up with terrible pains. Don't know what that was about. Anyway, I had to go to the doctor's. I bloody inflamed prostate or infection of my prostate. So I've not been out again since, obviously. Not been at work. Got signed off for a few days. Hopefully back out next Saturday. There's another match on White Bishops, which I use as a practice. Just hoping my stomach's good by then. On some strong antibiotics, so hoping that's good. But best rig was a 0.5. I won't get it all out, but basically it was a 0.5. Got a long carbon stem. 0.5 F1 slim. Actually, I had made these made especially. Actually, Ian made them for me. But yeah, that worked brilliantly. This was a bit dark in here. Got the door shut because it's blowing hooly outside. So that was my best deck rig. And I find, shouldn't be saying all this, but I find with Bishops, White Bishops and Marshes, that the lightest float you can get away with is the better, even though it's quite deep. If it's not towing much, if you can get away with a lighter float, you definitely get more bites, 100%. Because it's deep, it's quite easy to go there and just put a ground rig on, Olivet, that type of thing. I don't think it's quite right there. I think the lightest float you can get away with, the better. So that was it really. As I say, my shallow rig was a little 4B. I've not got it to hand, but it's a little 4B10. You all know what a 4B10 strung rig looks like. Literally probably fishing that deep. Let's have a little look, see what we can get, see if we can find it. Oh, it's a bit of a shambles in here because I came back, as I said, I wasn't feeling well, so I literally threw everything in here, which I've got to sort out. Nope. well prepared, you see. There we go. That was my little strung out rig. It was basically that little 0.15 actually. And that was just strung with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 11, 8 11s, which worked really well. So and I actually think that I needed another rig, which would have been a little bit shallower, probably a little dibber type. When they were there, I think that would have been a lot quicker. So that's something that I need to look at. But as I say, I'm going there again Saturday on White Bishops, which I've not fished for probably 2 years now. So I'm going to go there Saturday. Anyway, stop blabbering, but that was just a little update on the bit of filming that I missed at the end. So I caught some skimmers, dead reds, over my ground bait, last half an hour. Could be simple fact that it was a time of day, don't know. We'll probably never know. But felt like it made a bit of difference when I put a bit more feed in. So I feel like maybe I didn't feed enough to get them there. So that was that really. I'm going to sign off and I will catch you all later. Bye for now.